Look at the device you are using to listen to this masterclass. Whether it is a smartphone or a laptop, it possesses massive computational power. But imagine if you bought $1 million supercomputer, brought it home, and only used it to play a basic game of solitaire. You would be utilizing less than 1% of its actual power. This is exactly how you are living your life. You possess the most advanced, powerful, and mysterious biological supercomputer in the known universe, the human mind. Yet, society only teaches us how to use the conscious mind, the tiny, logical, analytical surface layer. We are completely ignoring the massive, infinite engine operating just beneath the surface, which actually dictates 95% of our reality. Welcome to the Book Vault. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. In 1963, Dr. Joseph Murphy wrote a book that bridged the gap between ancient spiritual wisdom and modern psychology. He revealed a staggering truth: your life is not being shaped by your conscious desires. Your life is being shaped by your subconscious programming. If you are struggling with poverty, illness, or toxic relationships, it is not because the universe hates you. It is because you are typing the wrong code into the machine. Chapter 1: The Dual Mind. To hack your reality, you must first understand that you do not have one mind. You have one mind with two distinct spheres of activity. Dr. Joseph Murphy identifies them as the conscious mind, the objective mind, and the subconscious mind, the subjective mind. Your conscious mind is the part of you that is listening to my voice right now. It is rational, analytical, and logical. It makes decisions. It chooses what you eat for breakfast, what books you read, and where you live. The conscious mind is the gatekeeper. Its primary job is to protect the subconscious from false impressions. Your subconscious mind is entirely different. It does not think logically. It does not argue. It does not judge whether a thought is good or bad, true or false. The subconscious mind is the engine room. Its only job is to take whatever the conscious mind accepts as true, and execute it into physical reality. It controls your heartbeat, your digestion, your memory, and the invisible energetic frequency you project to the world. To understand this dynamic, Murphy uses the ultimate metaphor: the captain and the crew. Imagine a massive ocean liner. Your conscious mind is the captain standing on the bridge. The captain looks out at the ocean, plots the course, and shouts orders down a communication tube. Your subconscious mind is the crew working in the dark engine room below. The crew cannot see the ocean. They do not know if the ship is heading toward a beautiful tropical island or a deadly iceberg. They simply obey the captain's orders. If the captain yells, "Turn left into the rocks," the crew will turn the ship into the rocks, and everyone will sink. This is why your life looks the way it does. Every single thought you think with deep emotion is an order sent down the communication tube to the engine room. When you look at a beautiful car you want to buy, and your conscious mind thinks, "I can't afford that. I'm always going to be broke." What just happened? The captain just shouted an order down the tube. The subconscious crew hears the order and says, "I, Captain." The reality is that we are broke. The crew then goes to work, shutting down your creativity, making you blind to financial opportunities, and ensuring that your physical reality perfectly matches the captain's order. You literally program yourself for poverty. Murphy teaches an absolute, non-negotiable rule of mental programming: never finish a negative statement. The moment you catch yourself saying, "I can't do this," or "I am going to fail," you must instantly reverse the order before it reaches the engine room. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," you ask, "How can I afford it?" When you ask a question, the subconscious crew doesn't shut down. They start searching the massive supercomputer database of your mind for a solution. You put the engine room to work for you, rather than against you. Chapter 2: The Garden of the Mind. Now that you understand the captain and the crew, we must examine the actual physics of how thoughts become reality. Dr. Murphy introduces a second powerful metaphor. Your subconscious mind is a bed of rich, fertile soil. It is the most nutrient-dense soil in the universe. Your conscious thoughts are the seeds. The soil does not care what kind of seeds you plant. The soil has no moral compass. If you plant the seed of a beautiful apple tree, the soil will grow an apple tree. If you plant the seed of a deadly, poisonous nightshade plant, the soil will grow the poison just as beautifully and aggressively as the apple. Whatever you habitually think about, you plant. And whatever you plant, you must eventually harvest in your physical life. To prove this, look at the clinical science of the placebo effect. A doctor gives a patient a sugar pill and tells them, "This is a highly advanced, experimental drug that will cure your chronic pain." The patient takes the sugar pill. Their conscious mind, the captain, accepts the doctor's statement as absolute truth. The captain sends the order down to the subconscious, the engine room, "We have taken the cure. Heal the body." Within days, the patient's pain completely vanishes. Their physical cells regenerate. Did the sugar pill heal them? No. The sugar pill was physically useless. What healed them was the subconscious mind, activated by the pure, unshakable belief of the conscious mind. If your subconscious mind is powerful enough to alter your biology based on a sugar pill, what do you think it is doing to your life when you deeply, emotionally believe that you are unlucky, unlovable, or destined to struggle? You are drinking a placebo of poison every single day. You must become the ruthless gardener of your own mind. You must stand at the gate of your consciousness and fiercely protect the soil. When the news, your friends, or your own self-doubt tries to hand you a poisonous seed, "The economy is terrible, you'll never get a job," you must refuse to plant it. You must reject the thought. You reap what you sow thoughts of peace, wealth, health, and joy, and the infinite intelligence of the subconscious will inevitably produce that harvest. Chapter 3, Autosuggestion, Hacking the System. We know that we need to plant positive seeds. We know we need to give the engine room better orders. But there is a massive problem. If you have been broke your entire life, and you stand in front of a mirror and say, "I am wealthy. I am rich," your conscious mind will instantly fight you. The captain, your logic, will say, "You are a liar. Look at your bank account. You are broke." Because your conscious mind rejects the thought, the seed never makes it into the soil of the subconscious. The security guard blocked the door. So, how do we bypass the logical, cynical, arguing conscious mind? How do we hack the system? Dr. Murphy reveals the master key: autosuggestion applied during the twilight state. Your conscious mind is only highly active when you are wide awake. But there are 2 moments every single day when the security guard falls asleep, leaving the door to the vault wide open. These moments occur immediately before you fall asleep at night, and immediately after you wake up in the morning. Psychologists call this the hypnagogic state. During the twilight state just before sleep, your brain waves slow down from beta, waking logic, into alpha and theta, relaxed, receptive states. The analytical conscious mind goes dormant, but the subconscious mind is fully awake, incredibly receptive, and completely defenseless. This is the exact moment you must plant the seed. The autosuggestion protocol. To successfully reprogram your subconscious mind, Joseph Murphy prescribes a highly specific, nightly routine. You do not force the mind, you gently seduce it. Step 1. Immobilize the body, the twilight state. Lie down in bed just before going to sleep. Completely relax your physical muscles. When the body is still, the mind begins to detach from external reality. Enter a sleepy, drowsy state where your logical resistance is at its lowest. Step 2. Condense the idea, the lullaby method. Do not use long, complicated affirmations. Your drowsy mind cannot process complex sentences. Condense your desire into a single, short, powerful phrase that implies the problem is already solved. For example, "Wealth is flowing to me," or "I am in perfect health," or simply, "divine order." Step 3. Repeat like a lullaby, the repetition loop. Repeat this short phrase over and over again, slowly, quietly, and with deep feeling, exactly like a lullaby. Do this for 5 minutes as you drift off to sleep. The repetition acts like a hammer, gently tapping the seed deeper and deeper into the open soil of the subconscious. Step 4. Sleep and let go, the surrender. Fall asleep holding that thought. When you sleep, the conscious mind shuts off completely, but the subconscious mind works 24/7. It will take that final thought and begin synthesizing it, working out the logistics of how to manifest it into your physical reality the next day. There is one critical rule to autosuggestion. The subconscious mind does not understand plain words. It only understands the language of emotion. If you repeat, "I am wealthy," like a robot, with no feeling, the engine room will ignore the order. It is dead code. You must couple the thought with the actual feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must imagine the joy, the relief, and the gratitude of already having the money, the health, or the relationship. Emotion is the electricity that powers the code. When you combine a clear thought with a powerful emotion and deliver it during the twilight state, the subconscious mind accepts it as an absolute reality. And once the subconscious mind accepts an idea as reality, it will move heaven and earth to force your external world to match your internal programming. Chapter 4: The Law of Reversed Effort, Why Willpower Fails. We have all experienced this paradox. You have an important presentation at work tomorrow. You lie in bed, desperately trying to fall asleep. You tell yourself, "I must sleep. I have to force myself to sleep." What happens? You stay wide awake, staring at the ceiling until 4 a.m. Or perhaps you are taking an important exam. You studied for weeks. But when you look at the paper, your mind goes completely blank. You clench your fists, grit your teeth, and try to force the memory to the surface. It refuses to come. The moment you walk out of the testing room and relax, the answer instantly pops into your head. Why does this happen? Dr. Joseph Murphy explains this phenomenon through the law of reversed effort. The French psychologist Émile Coué famously stated, "When your desires and your imagination are in conflict, your imagination invariably gains the day." When you use willpower, you are using the conscious mind. Willpower requires tension, effort, and stress. But the subconscious mind, the massive engine room, does not respond to tension. It responds to imagination and relaxed belief. If you say, "I am going to use my willpower to force myself to be confident," you are simultaneously holding a powerful mental image of yourself failing, which is why you feel the need to use willpower in the first place. Because the subconscious mind always obeys the dominant mental image, the harder you try to force confidence, the more anxious and paralyzed you become. Imagine a wooden plank, 1 foot wide, resting on the ground. I ask you to walk across it. You would do it easily, without thinking. Now, imagine that same wooden plank suspended 100 feet in the air between 2 skyscrapers. I ask you to walk across it. You would freeze in terror. Why? The physical task is exactly the same. But in the second scenario, your imagination pictures you falling to your death. Your willpower says, "Walk," but your imagination says, "You will fall." The imagination always wins. You cannot force yourself to walk. You must completely abandon the use of mental coercion. The subconscious mind will not be bullied into submission. It must be seduced. When you want to overcome a fear, heal a habit, or solve a problem, stop clenching your fists. Stop attacking the problem head-on. Relax your body. Slow your breathing. Let go of the desperate need to fix it immediately, and simply hand the problem over to the subconscious mind through calm, peaceful visualization. Effort implies resistance. Healing requires surrender. Chapter 5: The Biology of Belief, the Master Builder. Now that we have removed the friction of willpower, we must understand the absolute authority the subconscious holds over your physical body. Right now, as you listen to this, you are not consciously telling your heart to beat. You are not consciously telling your white blood cells to attack a virus. You are not consciously extracting nutrients from the food in your stomach. All of these infinitely complex biological processes are managed entirely by your subconscious mind. Dr. Murphy points out a profound, undeniable logic. If the subconscious mind built your body from a single cell, and maintains your body every second of the day, then it inherently possesses the exact blueprint required to heal your body. When you get a paper cut on your finger, you do not panic. You do not consciously try to command your skin cells to fuse back together. You wash it, put a bandage on it, and forget about it. Your subconscious mind instantly rushes fibrin and platelets to the wound, creates a scab, and completely repairs the tissue. The intelligence that heals the paper cut is the exact same intelligence that can heal massive, chronic ailments. The only difference is that with a paper cut, your conscious mind does not interfere. You believe it will heal, so you let the subconscious do its job. With a major illness, the conscious mind panics. The captain screams down the tube to the engine room, "We are dying." The disease is incurable. The subconscious mind accepts this terrified command and literally halts the healing process, obeying the negative order. To illustrate the sheer power of the subconscious over the physical body, Murphy shares incredible historical stories of miracle healings. For centuries, people have traveled to religious shrines or touched holy relics, like the supposed bone of a saint or a piece of the true cross, and found their blindness cured or their paralysis healed. Did the physical bone heal them? No. Many times, these relics were proven to be fake, the bones of a dog or a cow. Yet the people were still miraculously healed. Why? Because the object itself is completely irrelevant. The healing occurs because the person's conscious mind is filled with such absolute, overwhelming faith and expectation that it bypasses all logical resistance. The captain sends a crystal clear, emotionally charged order to the engine room, "This relic will heal me." The subconscious mind, receiving this unquestioned command, instantly unleashes its master builder capabilities and repairs the biological tissue. You do not need a holy relic to heal your life. The healing power is already inside you. Disease is a manifestation of disharmony in the mind. Fear, anger, jealousy, and resentment are highly toxic psychological chemicals that tear down your immune system. Peace, love, forgiveness, and absolute faith are the biological antidotes. When you align your conscious thoughts with the infinite harmony of the subconscious, physical healing is not a miracle, it is a mathematical certainty. Chapter 6, Mental Healing Protocols. We know the theory. We know the power. Now, we must apply the specific, clinical techniques required to reprogram the machine. Dr. Joseph Murphy did not just preach philosophy, he provided a toolkit of psychological protocols designed to cure mental and physical ailments. Here is the exact framework for performing mental surgery on yourself, combining the profound insights of the French psychotherapist Charles Baudouin with Murphy's own clinical practice. The Baudouin technique, the healing protocol. When you are facing a physical ailment, a deep-seated phobia, like a fear of public speaking, or a toxic habit, do not use willpower. Use this sequential protocol to bypass the critical conscious mind and plant the healing command directly into the subconscious. Step 1. Induce the sleepy state, the twilight phase. Find a quiet place. Sit in a comfortable chair or lie down. Relax your physical body completely. Close your eyes and take slow, deep breaths. You must reach a state of drowsiness, the hypnagogic state, where physical movement feels like too much effort. This shuts down the arguing, logical conscious mind. Step 2. Condense the solution, the microcommand. The subconscious mind cannot process a long, rambling prayer or a complex argument. You must reduce your exact desire to a single, brief phrase that can be easily engraved on the memory. If you are healing a physical ailment, use the phrase, "Perfect health is mine now." If you are conquering a fear of public speaking, use, "I speak with absolute poise and confidence." Step 3. Rhythmic repetition, the lullaby loop. With your mind relaxed, begin repeating your condensed phrase over and over again, like a lullaby. Do not shout it. Do not force it. Repeat it slowly, quietly, and with deep, emotional conviction. Continue the loop for 5 to 10 minutes. The repetition acts as a gentle, rhythmic hammer, driving the command deep into the engine room. Step 4. The visualization of the end, the mental movie. Finally, stop repeating the words and shift to visualization. Do not imagine the process of healing, imagine the end result. If you want to heal a broken leg, do not imagine the bone fusing. Imagine yourself running joyfully on a beach. Feel the sand. Feel the wind. Feel the absolute thrill of health. Fall asleep holding that specific emotion. Murphy also provides a brutal but highly effective protocol for eliminating phobias and mental blocks. Many people are paralyzed by the fear of failure, the fear of water, or the fear of flying. The conscious mind is terrified. But the subconscious mind is neutral. To break a fear, you must use a technique Murphy calls mental rehearsal. If you are terrified of swimming, do not just jump into the deep end of a pool, your willpower will break, and your fear will worsen. Instead, sit in your armchair. Close your eyes. Enter the relaxed, twilight state. Now, in your imagination, dive into a beautiful, warm, crystal-clear pool. Feel the temperature of the water. Feel the buoyancy of your body. Imagine yourself swimming flawlessly, feeling completely safe and joyful. Repeat this mental movie every single night for 2 weeks. What happens? Your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined event and a real physical event. Because you have rehearsed it in the engine room with positive emotion, the subconscious accepts that you are a safe, confident swimmer. When you finally step into a real pool, the fear will be gone. The code has been rewritten. You simply execute the program you have already installed. Chapter 7, The Wealth Frequency. Dr. Joseph Murphy makes a statement about money that offends many people: poverty is a mental disease. For centuries, society and certain religious institutions have taught us that poverty is a virtue. We are taught that money is the root of all evil, that rich people are greedy, and that it is noble to struggle and scrape by. Murphy argues that this is psychological poison. You are here to lead an abundant, full, and radiant life. You are supposed to have all the money you need to express yourself completely. If there is a constant lack of wealth in your life, it means there is a massive glitch in your subconscious programming. Why are so many hardworking, intelligent people broke? Because they are sending completely contradictory orders down the communication tube to the engine room. Imagine you are walking down the street and a person drives past you in a stunning, $200,000 sports car. Your conscious mind looks at the car and thinks, wow, I would love to have that kind of wealth. But then, your deeply ingrained social conditioning kicks in, and you mutter, that guy is probably a crook. Rich people are so greedy. I'm glad I'm an honest, hardworking, normal person. What just happened in the engine room? The subconscious mind takes everything literally. You just linked the concept of wealth with the concepts of crook, greedy, and dishonest. Because your subconscious mind's primary directive is to protect your identity, it immediately creates a firewall. It says, the captain hates wealth. The captain thinks wealth is evil. Therefore, I will ensure the captain never gets anywhere near wealth. You cannot attract what you resent. Envy is the ultimate wealth destroyer. If you criticize the wealth of others, you are literally commanding your own subconscious mind to keep you impoverished. To cure the disease of poverty, you must change the frequency of the engine room. Wealth is not a physical object, it is a subconscious conviction. You must stop obsessing over your current lack of funds. If you constantly look at your bank account and feel terror, you are commanding the subconscious to produce more terror and more lack. Instead, you must build the feeling of wealth. Use the twilight state right before sleep. Do not ask for a specific amount of money, or a specific lottery win. The subconscious mind does not need you to dictate the how, it only needs you to dictate the what. Repeat this simple, powerful phrase slowly and quietly for 5 minutes before you sleep. Wealth. Success. Abundance. Do not force it. Let the words roll over your mind like a gentle wave. As you repeat the words, imagine the feeling of absolute financial security. Feel the relief in your shoulders. Feel the freedom of knowing all your needs are met. when you saturate your subconscious mind with the idea of wealth, it will begin to orchestrate circumstances, attract opportunities, and guide your intuition toward the physical manifestation of that money. The subconscious mind is the ultimate financial advisor, but it only responds to the feeling of abundance. Chapter 8: The Relational Mirror. If the external world is a mirror of your subconscious mind, then the people you attract into your life are simply physical reflections of your own internal programming. Many people spend years searching for the perfect partner. They go on countless dates, download every app, and constantly complain that they always end up dating the exact same toxic, emotionally unavailable person. Why does history keep repeating itself? Because the subconscious mind is a homing beacon. It broadcasts an invisible, highly specific frequency into the world, and it will flawlessly attract the physical match to whatever belief is dominating the engine room. If deep down, you believe that you are unworthy of love, or if you believe that all men are liars, or all women are manipulative, your subconscious mind will actively filter out healthy, loving people, because healthy people do not match your programming. Instead, it will draw you like a magnet toward the exact person who will lie to you, manipulate you, and validate your toxic belief. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. To attract the ideal romantic partner, you must stop trying to manipulate the external world. Stop chasing people. You must go into the engine room and build the blueprint first. Dr. Murphy provides a highly specific protocol for programming the subconscious mind to attract ultimate romance. Step 1: The inventory of the ideal. Define the characteristics. Sit down in a quiet space and define the exact emotional and psychological qualities you want in a partner. Do not focus on physical appearance or a specific person, e.g., do not try to mentally force your ex to come back to you. Focus on character. I desire a partner who is loyal, kind, financially stable, and deeply loving. Step 2: The mental rehearsal, the twilight installation. Enter the hypnagogic, drowsy state right before sleep. In your mind, build a vivid mental movie. Imagine walking down the street holding hands with a partner who possesses all of these qualities. Feel the warmth of their hand. Feel the deep sense of safety and joy in your chest. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined one. By feeling the joy of the relationship now, you install the blueprint. Step 3: Relinquish the surrender. Once the blueprint is installed, you must drop the desperation. If you wake up the next morning and frantically search for the partner, you are transmitting the frequency of lack, overriding your midnight programming. Trust the infinite intelligence of the subconscious. It knows where this person is, and it will orchestrate the coincidence, the meeting, or the introduction with flawless, effortless timing. There is a profound warning embedded in this chapter. If you want to attract a loyal, honest, and loving partner, you must first become loyal, honest, and loving in your own mind. You cannot broadcast the frequency of a toxic, jealous, resentful person and expect a healthy, radiant partner to walk into your life. The mirror can only reflect what stands in front of it. Heal the engine room, and the right passenger will board the ship. Chapter 9: The Ultimate Severance. We arrive at the most difficult, excruciating, and absolutely non-negotiable chapter of the entire book. You can practice autosuggestion every night. You can visualize wealth. You can visualize romance. But if you have this one specific glitch in your engine room, all of your efforts will completely fail. The supercomputer will crash. That glitch is unforgiveness. Think about a person who deeply wronged you in the past. A business partner who stole from you. An ex-spouse who betrayed you. A parent who abused you. When you think about them, you feel a surge of hot, bitter anger. You replay the argument in your mind. You imagine getting revenge. We hold on to this resentment because we believe that our anger is punishing the other person. We believe that by refusing to forgive them, we are holding them accountable. Dr. Murphy reveals the horrifying psychological truth: your resentment does absolutely nothing to the other person. But it destroys you. Remember the law of belief. The subconscious mind does not understand that you are thinking about someone else. It only feels the toxic, burning emotion of hatred, fear, and betrayal that you are generating in the present moment. The captain is shouting down the tube: betrayal, hatred, pain. The crew obeys the order. The subconscious mind takes that toxic emotional acid and begins to manifest it in your physical reality. It breaks down your immune system, causing ulcers, heart disease, and chronic anxiety. It repels wealth and healthy relationships because your overall frequency is tuned to pain. Holding a grudge is like drinking rat poison and waiting for the rat to die. Forgiveness is not a moral requirement, it is a psychological and biological necessity. Forgiveness does not mean that you condone what the person did. It does not mean you have to be friends with them or invite them back into your life. Forgiveness simply means that you are severing the energetic chain that connects your subconscious mind to their past actions. You are choosing to stop drinking the poison. How do you forgive the unforgivable? You cannot use willpower. If you just grit your teeth and say, "I forgive them," while your heart is still boiling with rage, the subconscious ignores you. You must use the twilight state to perform mental surgery. Sit in a quiet room and relax your body. Bring the image of the person who wronged you into your mind. It will be uncomfortable, but you must look at them in your imagination. Then, slowly and with as much sincerity as you can summon, repeat this phrase: "I fully and freely forgive you. I release you mentally and spiritually. I completely forgive everything connected with the matter in question. I am free, and you are free." It is a marvelous feeling. I wish for you health, peace, and all the blessings of life. At first, your conscious mind will rebel. It will feel fake, but if you repeat this protocol every night, a miracle will occur in the engine room. The toxic emotional charge attached to that memory will begin to dissolve. The acid will neutralize. The ultimate test of true forgiveness is this: when you can think of the person who hurt you, or hear their name, and you feel absolutely no sting, no anger, and no physiological reaction, you are free. The chain is broken. The supercomputer is rebooted. Conclusion: the master of the machine. You have reached the end of the methodology. Look at the extraordinary biological and psychological machine you have mastered over these 3 masterclass sessions. You have mapped the architecture of your own consciousness. You know that you are not a victim of circumstance, you are the captain of a magnificent vessel, and the crew in your subconscious engine room will execute your orders with terrifying, absolute precision. You have entered the healing laboratory. You have abandoned the exhausting, futile friction of willpower, embracing the relaxed, infinite power of the law of reversed effort. You have witnessed the biology of belief, realizing that the intelligence that built your physical body is the exact same intelligence that can heal it, provided you do not interfere with fear and doubt. And you have turned the machine outward. You have cured the disease of poverty by broadcasting the wealth frequency, refusing to let envy sabotage your abundance. You have taken control of the relational mirror, building the internal blueprint to attract your ultimate partner. And you have performed the ultimate mental surgery, using forgiveness to sever the heavy chains of the past and detoxify your soul. The world will constantly try to tell you that you are small. The news, the economy, and the cynical voices of society will constantly try to hand you poisonous seeds: fear, limitation, and despair. They will try to convince the captain to steer the ship into the rocks. Dr. Joseph Murphy has handed you the ultimate defense mechanism, and the ultimate weapon. You are the gatekeeper. You do not have to accept the limitations of the physical world, because the physical world is just a delayed reflection of what is happening in the engine room. When you change the code, you change the hologram. Stop fighting the external mirror. Guard the soil of your mind with absolute ferocity. Plant the seeds of peace, wealth, health, and joy during the quiet twilight of your evenings. Water them with the emotion of deep, unshakable belief. And then, step back. Surrender the effort. Let the infinite, silent, majestic power of your subconscious mind move heaven and earth to bring your harvest into the light. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe my channel.